wet pants. There's Mikey. This is along the coast road, right along Lake Michigan, the west part of the state of Michigan, along the highway. This is going up towards the bridge. Here we are in the campground. I think this is Wilderness State Park. This would be just south of Mackinac Bridge and just west of the bridge. Yeah, here we are at Saint Sue Marie. There's the Mackinac Bridge. Oh, that's Fort Mackinac, Mackinac Island. We're going out to Mackinac Island on the ferry. You can see the Mackinac Bridge, Straits of Mackinac number 2. There's Mackinac Island right now. There's the Mackinac Hotel. Mackinac City is a beautiful little city, little town. There's no mechanical vehicles on the island at all, just horse-drawn carriages, bicycles.
This is St. Anne's Church, is the church that you had seen on the main street. That's Father Marquette, statue of Pierre Marquette. Arch Rock. Legend has it that a maiden whose warrior went off to war and was killed cried a river and etched the hole through the rock, creating Arch Rock. That's Fort Mackinac. It's Marquette Park. The downtown area, the piers, the public docks. The Grand Hotel in the evening. What they call the West Bluff here. Beautiful, beautiful, expensive homes.
And we didn't get a picture of the fudge shop. Is this Fort Mackinac?
Yeah. Well, this would be Fort Michilimackinac, which is in Mackinac City.
Yeah.
Mackinac means the great turtle. French. The island itself is, looking from above, is shaped like a turtle shell.
Well, there's all the kids. And there's Mackinac Bridge, the famous Mackinac Bridge. Sleeping Bear. There's Michael wanting to eat an apple he just found in the sand.
Probably a road apple.
There's Peggy taking Mikey away. She wants to dump him in the water. Mikey was a terror. There he is throwing stones. That's Michael in one of his better t-shirts. There we're back in the campground again.
Must be a Sunday.
We collecting poison ivy for the family. It's Sunday, we can tell how everybody got shoes on. There's Eileen, Beth Ann, Jimmy, TC. There's old Silver. Mammy's lantern lights are up. There's the Mackinac Bridge. We just left Fort Wilderness, heading across the bridge. We left the trailer at Wilderness Park. Now we are heading north towards the Sioux Locks.
This bridge is 5 miles long.
Here we are at a store.
That's fudge.
I think this is around near Saint Sue Marie. Actually, I think it's Tequamanen Falls.
Looks a lot like it.
That's what it is, Tequamanen Falls in the Upper Peninsula, the UP, which I think is about 30 miles west of Saint Sue Marie. Beautiful, picturesque part of the country. We rented some boats. There we go. There's Captain Bly and his crew heading out for the island. We rode out to an island, and here we are watching the falls. With everybody standing on a log.
I understand that orange color is from minerals, such a high mineral content in the water.
Yeah, iron ore from the iron ore country.
It's also near copper country, correct?
Yeah, correct. A lot of the stones on the bottom of the river too are kind of reddish color. It gives you the impression that the water's reddish. They're dead when his hair was long again. Well, we tried to get everybody to take a step backwards, but nobody would venture. Yeah, well, tell him Mikey to take another step. There we go. 2 dead soldiers had to carry 2 at a time. We're heading for the boats. Now we're back on back at the falls. Must have been a rest stop.
This would have been a different falls, wouldn't it?
I think this was the high falls at Tequamanen. They had the high falls and then the low falls. There we are, there we are at the entrance to Saint Sue Marie. This is a Sunday, until everybody got shoes on again, and Mom got a hat. We were at the Sioux Locks ferry. We are going to take a tour of the locks. And here we are heading out. At the entrance of Lake Michigan to the Lake Superior.
Lake Huron.
Lake Huron to the Lake Superior. And here we are going through the locks. And this is the locks themselves, and the water comes up approximately between 22 and 26 feet to reach the level of the lake. Does that seem right?
Mm-hmm. Seems like it just could ride it out that distance, but it's quite a distance.
So you pull into the locks and you wait for the lock to fill up full of water, and then they open the gates like you see here. Then you're able to go on out into Lake Superior, which is the biggest of the 5 Great Lakes. It's the deepest and the coldest and the most northerly.
We're about 75 to 100 miles from where the Edmund Fitzgerald went down at this point.
All the seagulls waiting for somebody to feed them. You can see some of the iron ore tankers, and these are the iron ore facilities right here for sand and gravel and iron ore itself, where the boats are loaded up and travel all over the United States with their cargoes. The seagulls come so close they could almost come in the window after food. This is Jimmy's first baseball game.
His first baseball?
This is Jimmy's first baseball game. Over at Heilman's. He's at Assumption Grotto.
Here's Jimmy coming up to bat.
There's Tommy Bartow and Ricky Darto. Here's Jimmy up to bat. This is Jimmy's first official time at bat. There he is at third base. Just caught a fly ball and put the guy out. There he got a walk to first base. Well, there he flied that ball out. There he's still in. And then he get called out and strikes on that one. There he is. He hits what? He hits a single. It's down the left right field line.
There's Rosie and Michael and Beth Ann. There's Peggy. There's Eileen. Look at Mikey and Teresa.
We're at the Holy Sepulchre Cemetery. There's Grandpa's old Cadillac.
That's Resurrection Cemetery,
Yeah.
where my mother's buried. In front of the 13th station, where Jesus is laid into his mother's arms. There's Michael, our second son. Oh, a great day in the life of Jimmy. He had a brother, finally. There she is.
There's Teresa in red. There's that fine-looking woman again.
Look. There's my mother. I never had a second son until my mother went to heaven, and then I only had sons, Michael and Terry.
That's when you can tell the oldest from youngest by height.
Michael was our tow-headed blonde.
It was beautiful color in those.
They're pretty too.
There's the kids shining up the statues.
This is Peggy's first Holy Communion.
Yeah. There's Scott Wagner, Joey Shaner. There's Ma'am Silver Chalice.
Daddy made those chalices.
I made those chalices.
There's our punch bowl Grandma gave me.
There's the spiked punch.
And there's Mary Wagner. There's Mikey,
There's
Laurie Bartow,
Laurie Bartow, Jeannie Wagner, Susie Bartow,
Ricky,
Ricky Bartow.
and Teresa. The typical Maple Ridge bunch.
That's the Maple Bridge gang. There's Peggy.
Tommy
Cheers.
Bartow.
Tommy Bartow in the front. Eileen. There's Laurie holding Mikey.
And
There's Quiet Scott in the
There.
background. Joey Shaner and Andy. Two Shaner boys.
Sister Concetta's printing.
Eileen script of me.
The film's all scraped up too.
My first steps.
How would that be in the
You weren't too steady on your feet in those days, Mike. Look at Jimmy. That's when he used to love having a little brother.
Peggy's first Holy Communion with the rosary beads. That was that nice cake that your mother baked.
No, that was Heinrich's.
Heinrich's.
Kids are tired of getting the pictures.
There's Grandpa Brannigan and Mikey. Oh, Mikey loved his grandpa. He wouldn't go to anybody but Grandpa when he was around. There's Cynthia. There's Kevin. There's Maureen Weiss. Uncle Cal, Aunt Carol, Annette, God rest her soul, and Aunt Mary and Uncle Joe, some of their family,
Francis.
Patricia, Maureen. I'm glad I got a picture of Annette. Teresa and Beth Ann.
There, Francis got very tall.
And Patrick, Jimmy, and Michael.
Beth Ann.
Maureen, Joe, me, Aunt Mary, Uncle Cal.
First Holy Communion, Joey.
Joey Boyle.
Joey Boyle.
Yeah, he was
went over
born.
to Eugene's house.
Yeah. Joey was born on September the 9th, and Peggy was born on September the 7th. They were baptized together, and they made their first communion the same year. His name was Joseph Francis, and her name was Marguerite Emmylou. They were named after their grandma and grandpa Boyle.
Well, Peggy had her teeth. Most kids don't have their teeth for First Communion.
Yeah. There's
Paul Hazuka.
Paul Hazuka, Kathleen's husband. There's Grandpa Boyle with his two grandchildren. There's Reenie and Katie and Joey and Peggy. Kathy, they call her. There's Terry and Eugene. And Joey and Kathy and Rainey and
Yes.
Katie and little Eugene and Grandpa. And Johnny, Uncle Johnny. This is our backyard at 14106 Maple Ridge. There's Grandpa out playing in the yard with the kids. If you notice, my lawn and my garden and everything is beautiful thanks to Grandpa Brannigan.
There's all the flowers that we planted over along the fence.
Who's the little barn boy?
Kevin.
Kevin Brannigan.
Oh.
Grandpa Brannigan used to keep my lawn and my flowers and everything so beautiful, and the neighbors couldn't believe I had 8 children.
Peggy has to play.
In fact, at the time, I only had 7. Mikey was a baby. There's Daddy's famous picnic table that he built around the trunk of a tree because he was too lazy to pull out the trunk of the tree. So he put a pipe over it and built a picnic table instead.
That'll be there after the house falls down.
That's true. And the kids' famous swing set. Those were the good old days.
Crumb snatcher. Rosemary felt it.
Rosie the slugger.
Yeah. She could teach the boys how to bat a ball. Cool.
There's Grandpa Brannigan pitching.
There's the famous pear tree. All the boys used to climb the pear tree and get up on the top porch in the back. And Grandpa used to love to eat the pears. Look at the beautiful roses. That was a great house to raise children in. Many, many, many happy memories.
Kids had a great time in that house.
Grandpa Brannigan was pitching left-handed. Was he a left-handed person?
Yes, he was.
He was ambidextrous.
Left or right.
There's another famous Christmas, and all the kids with their new Christmas pajamas. Santa Claus always brought them a new pair of pajamas to go to bed in on Christmas night.
There's the 5 girls. There's TC's famous smile. TC, Laney, Dan, Peggy, Rosie. There's
Even Mikey had new pajamas. Jimmy did too, but I don't know where he is.
You didn't get him up.
No, he's here somewhere.
a little angel
Yeah.
hanging on the
Lights. That was a great house. Look at that. All that beautiful oak. And the nice
That's
marble
the two
fireplace.
boys.
There's my 2 boys. That's Jimmy and his little brother. all are lined up according to age again. I always used to line them up according to age or call them off according to age.
You won't have anything to do with it. Must be all bottle suckers that were asked to leave.
That was when that's the same Christmas tree we have up today. It's been going up for 24 years, and it was a little newer in those days. Looked a little better then. Getting kind of shoddy now. I think it's on its last year.
And there's Mammy's crib set up on the mantelpiece.
The stockings. That was my first crib set. In fact, that's the one I still got till this day, I think. Must have had a bigger mantle. It looks smaller.
Well, here's Christmas morning.
Christmas morning.
All the goodies. All the big Christmas. There's Mikey got his bike. There he goes. Uh-oh. Togi, you got Tony the Tiger. There's TC. Their ham sandwiches. Uh-oh.
Oh, she got a shawl.
They all did.
Yeah.
You got the, what do you call it, bushkas?
No, shawls. Oh, Eileen got her green pair of pants and shirt. Boy, I remember all these colors.
Still have that radio.
Jimmy got a clock radio.
It's in Terry's room.
Oh, heavens. One of the few that lasted. There's Grandpa Brannigan.
He's got a shirt. I got a new pair of shorts.
You needed a new pair of pants. What legs? Oh. Uh-oh. Jimmy got a dart game.
But it didn't have darts. It had the little...
There's the little record
sponge ball.
player.
There's the...
There they are, all with their shawls.
Looks like something out of a Clint Eastwood movie.
that was the end thing then. Everybody had a shawl.
Low Plains Drifters.
Did you have those made or were they bought?
No, I think someone made them.
Looks like Christmas dolls standing in a row.
Yeah.
There's another phone.
There's another telephone.
There's Jimmy into the goodies. Got hockey pucks. Oh, there's all the chocolate Santa Clauses.
We always had Saunders chocolate Santa Clauses on the top of the stockings.
And Teresa got her head stuck in like a horse in a feed bag.
There's Mikey's pop beads.
There's the chocolate Santa Claus. TC just found it.
Mikey's wearing a shower cap.
There goes silver paper and everything.
Oh, look at the dolls.
This was before the tour into it.
Before and after look. After and before look.
That was before we got big stockings for the whole kit and caboodle.
You got those after Terry was born.
Yeah. We were smart in those days. We had some small socks. There's the radiator, Michael, that you burned your little cedar on.
I know.
There's Easy got a doll in a basket, a doll in a seat. Mikey can't. There he is on it.
He's not going to let go of the ball. He wants the ball and the bike. Oh, Peggy got a Barbie doll. She and Beth Ann used to play Barbies for hours and all kinds of Barbie things.
Why didn't you cut the back of my hair?
Yeah, come to think of it, you're still wearing it the same way, aren't you? Now I have to fight with you to get to cut it off.
The doggy.
Pull toy. It used to make noise when you'd pull it.
The hair and brush and comb set.
Look at Andy. That was Grandpa's favorite boy. Grandpa left that following March, I think it was, to go back to Ireland. And Michael was so used to Grandpa that he wouldn't go to anybody else. Even after Grandpa left, he wouldn't go to any woman. He always wanted to go to a man. He always wanted Daddy or Grandpa. Rosie made that outfit she's got on.
Yes, she did.
That was one of the first things she learned to make. She had a little pair of long slacks that went with it, too.
That outfit Peggy had was like a little Indian outfit, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like an Indian dress. See that? There you go. And Rosemary had made slacks to match it. That was one of the first things she learned to make in her singer sewing. Been down here in the Ireland pictures because you missed all my first cousins' names. And our wedding picture too. I want to do that one again.
Good.
Indian River, Michigan.
This cross is made out of one redwood tree.
Brought here from California and erected up in Indian River, Michigan. It's one of the most beautiful crosses you'd ever want to see.
What's the Jesus made out of?
I don't know. I know that this shrine is dedicated to the little Indian girl. Her name starts with a Katrina something. She is beatified by the church, but I don't believe she's a saint yet. She hasn't been canonized, but she is beatified. And when she is canonized, she will be the first American Indian
I think she was canonized.
girl. You think she was canonized already?
This is a 1971, isn't it?
It says 70.
in 1970.
Catherine Tekawatha or something like that.
Okay. This is pictures from inside the church. There has a beautiful little church on the grounds also, right at Indian River.
This
is the highway down through the center of the state.
This is the upper part of Lower Michigan. This is a rest area we stopped at. This is Lansing, Michigan. We were lined up to see the spaceship Apollo what?
I'm not sure. Apollo.
Soyuz?
No, just
No.
Apollo.
It was one of the Apollo ships that I believe went to the moon.
It was the first spaceship that went on tour all through the major cities of the United States. And it went to each capital city, and it was there for a certain length of time. There is Apollo 10, I think, Apollo 9. It's right on the sign, right to the left of the...
Apollo 11.
Is it Apollo 11?
Okay, we'll get this number right yet. But we happened to be coming through Lansing, and it was on display at the Capitol, so we all stopped to see it. This was our first look at a spaceship. We later saw the Apollo Soyuz actually take off down
This is Beth Ann's first Holy Communion at Assumption Grotto. You can see Gratiot Avenue, all the traffic.
Beth Ann and Maureen Weiss made their first Holy Communion together.
This is the reception in the gymnasium on Maple Ridge.
I'll never forget that day. Our family did all the decorating and all the cleaning up.
Did all the coordinating for all the pictures for the First Communion class.
We did it for Peggy's class and we did it for Beth Ann's
And
class.
all those balloons and all blown up in a...
Family. There's Mary Ann and her family. Or Aunt Mary and her family. And there's the Boyles. And Katie, Uncle Eugene and their family. Grandpa was there.
There's Michael with the chocolate milk.
Yeah.
It says here that Apollo 11 was man's first step on the moon.
I thought so. Yeah.
There's Beth Ann.
First Communion Day. Uncle Johnny. That was the backdrop we had put up for people to take pictures with their family. We also had another one on the stage. Yep. Those were our table decorations. There's the backdrop on the stage. It was an altar with a chalice and a loaf of bread and the Sacred Heart statue. Now this is at Uncle Eugene's house. This was Kathy Boyle. She was also born in the same year as those two girls. In fact, in my family, there were 5 girls born the same year as Beth Ann. Besides Kathy Boyle and Beth Ann and Maureen Weiss, there was Ann Boyle, and there was Beatrice. Yes, Frank's son, Frank's daughter.
There's another dress that Rosemary made, the green one with the...
Yeah, that was her little Indian style dress that she made. Oh, there's Grandpa. One of the Boyle boys had a little scooter, and they put the helmet on, and they put Grandpa out on the scooter. He actually, I think, rode it. That was one of Eugene's little boys. There's Kathleen and Bazooka and her husband. This was Eugene's first home on Thorn Tree. There was all the girls dressed in their first communion outfits. It would have been nice if we could have had Beatrice and Ann there too, dressed in theirs. It would have been all 5 of the Boyle girls. In the 1 year. Oh, that's right. Ann is the same age as Rosemary. Jane and
Teresa. Beatrice is Jimmy's age.
That's right, Jane and Teresa. Oh, sorry about that. Ann was one of the 5 children born the same year as Rosemary. And Beatrice was born the same year as Jimmy. But it was Jane and Teresa that were born the same year as these 3 girls.
They're all the cousins.
Yep, they're all first cousins.
Some of them.
No, they're all first cousins. In fact,
There's some of them.
That's Monica down at the bottom.
Majority of first cousins. There's about 30 some of them. That's only some of them.
yeah, there's 36. But some of those are first cousins' children. There now. Mary Ann Weiss and her children are there.
Monica, PJ, and Patty.
Yeah, those are great-grandchildren. They're Grandpa Boyle and some of his grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Yeah.
Here's Mikey.
He's lighter.
Who does he look like now?
Like me.
There's only one face like that.
No, I see Christina in that, and I see Eileen.
Yeah.
When she was a baby. Well, Mikey, I still didn't cut your hair.
Is it raining?
Yeah. That or the sprinkler.
Sprinkler.
Sprinkler. Used to put you guys out in the rain anyways.
There's Mr. Shippecasey.
Mr. Shippecasey was standing there, yeah. Well, there's the famous swimming pool in the backyard.
There's our diving board.
There's your kids' diving board. There's Kevin and Cynthia.
Teresa.
Do we have any pictures of the big swimming pool we had?
I don't know. I don't think so.
We had a much bigger swimming pool when the kids grew up.
Yeah, we bought it from Cummings.
Yeah.
There's our umbrella.
Yeah. There's Rosie, governing the show there.
Time to clean out the swimming pool.
Yep. The butt.
You always look like a
Here
rag
comes the
muffin.
butt.
There's ragamuffin Beth.
Nah, she... Look at the butt. Now you know where she got the name the butt. There it is.
She dressed to coordinate with the pool. Blue and white.
Don't lose patience with Annalise, Miss Ann.
Car
There you
wash.
are. Annalise's predecessor.
Look at Daddy.
Eileen. There's Eileen in her famous two-piece.
Yes, you love that bathing suit.
Oh, yeah. And TC.
The fish.
There she is.
There's Rosie keeping order.
Oh, lovely bathing
I'm gonna train you kids if I have to beat you. Oh, Beth Ann's here.
Is that me?
That's Rosemary.
Oh, that's
Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Oh.
You
Seems
got-
to me I had a figure like that once too.
you have a
I still
lovely
do.
blueberry suit.
Oh.
There's the
Yeah.
famous basement window that got broken every time we played
There's
baseball.
Beth Ann.
There you are,
Lovely.
Beth Ann.
Should we get down here? Oh, I like Eileen's groovy 45.
There's Teresa.
Those are back in style now.
No, there you go.
Lovely.
I think if Don saw these pictures, he'd know where Annalise came from.
In fact, I should go get them. He's upstairs. I might be giving a peep show here. Maybe I better not go get them. Losing that one bathing suit. Whoa. Hey, Dad. Here you go.
Graph of beautiful roses.
See any Annalise in any of this?
Teresa. She's cracked me up. It's Teresa.
By the way, the microphone is going, so everything
Should be
you say.
lovely.
Bathing suit.
There's a different swimming pool.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a different one.
Yeah, it's a bigger one.
Jump
Oh,
back
yeah.
Diving board.
It's deeper.
We've got,
Younger here.
no, this is different bathing suits
Yeah,
too.
they're younger there.
Yeah, Eileen's just a baby there.
Yeah.
That's Teresa trying to fit in there. You don't
No,
fit
that's,
in there.
is it Teresa?
That's Eileen.
Eileen.
That was Eileen.
It look like Eileen.
Rosemary.
I think we had every size swimming pool there was in that backyard.
Who's that? That's
Peggy.
Peggy.
Aunt Catherine sent us those bathing suits that Peggy's got on. They used to be Kitty and
Who
Sissy.
sent us that one?
It's called
St.
SA, Celebration
Vinny.
Army.
Salvation Army. Oh, oh. Look at that.
Mom used to teach us to go to the bathroom in the bucket so we wouldn't go in the pool.
I did not. Those were your. That
I
was
always
to wipe
thought they
your.
were wiping out for getting the dirt off your
That was
feet
for
before you
getting the
went
dirt off your
It was, and
feet,
Eileen was
Peggy.
playing in it.
It was for getting the dirt off your feet so you wouldn't get the pool all
Oh, nice
dirty.
suntan, Rose.
Oh, Rosie, look at how you were
What was on
burned.
her back?
She was
Oh,
burned.
that's her pride.
There's Eileen.
Eileen don't know what to do.
What year would this be? Teresa's not around.
That would be 68, 69.
Okay, got our years mixed up here.
And
Stop.
she's showing your diving.
68,
That was
probably.
about 1968.
Eileen was born in 66, and she looks like she's about 2 or 3. And she
68.
still stands like that. I see Christina. Oh, lovely.
But that's afraid
There's
of drowning,
me.
so.
But then doesn't want to
Isn't that
drown.
Nice.
She thinks it's the donuts, you know, they.
I always did have the ingenious
Hey,
idea.
Don, Don should have seen the last ones by then. He will. They're funny. The famous butt.
Remember that thing? They told us it was unbreakable. So how old was I there? 5?
I don't
must have been
know.
borderline first grade.
Kindergarten.
What? Ew.
She wouldn't go in the big pool. She was afraid of it.
I can see Christina.
Yeah, and Eileen.
Especially the way she stands.
You can see Stephanie in her younger pictures.
That's hard to believe. Oh no,
Oh,
we're back to
we're back.
back to the other
back
one.
to the other one.
There's me in the lovely blue bathing suit.
How did Daddy
What year
splice
is it?
these
19?
films?
Well, that one got mixed in there.
Yeah.
The aliens friend.
Barbecue.
Yay!
There's my fan. Down and down. Who's
Daddy,
upstairs?
Daddy even made that bench so it was high up so the kids could reach the
Now we're
table.
at somebody's baptism. Terry's.
Terry.
Terry's baptism.
Look at Michael.
Terry's baptism.
Michael, you're so
There's
clean cut.
Michael.
I love that little outfit.
Rosemary was a godmother and Jimmy was a godfather. They were old enough, the priest said. So they got to stand up for their little brother.
I had those eyes there.
Michael still looks the exact same.
The date on this was August the 7th, 1971. I remember it because it was my sister Catherine's birthday. We had Katie, my granddaughter Katie, Kathleen Grace Brannigan was also baptized on August the 7th.
Who was taking the movies there? Uncle Cal Howard?
Is that Uncle John?
Johnny. There's Grandpa Boyle in the background there. Joe Weiss.
How old was Rosemary there? 13? 12 or 13?
He was just 12.
She was almost 12. She would have been 12 in October. This was August. She was 11 3/4 when Terry was born.
Supposed to say. Oh, look at that.
Assumption Grotto altar.
Yeah.
This is somebody's first
There's the
meeting.
Cummings
Oh.
kids and the Weiss kids and
There's the Jello.
there's the Jello and the punch bowl and the fruit cake and the Heinrich's cake and
Terrence Thomas.
Terrence Thomas. There's Patricia and Rosemary and
Maureen.
Mama.
Stefano down the street.
Stefano. And what's it,
Stefania should be there
Stefania
somewhere.
and Stefano
Yep.
with Auntie Carol.
Kevin, Uncle Joe, Grandpa,
Grandpa Boyle.
Cynthia, Teresa. Oh, here's
Oh,
Halloween.
Halloween.
There's Halloween. There's Mikey.
Michael.
Michael.
There's Kevin, Eileen, Teresa,
Peggy.
Peggy. The rest is the gypsy.
Eileen was a little Indian girl.
Kevin
Kev was a king. And Cynthia and Teresa were clowns. And Mikey had his little clown suit on. And that was Peggy. And Rosie. Rosie was the gypsy. Oh no, Beth Ann. Beth Ann was the gypsy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Christmas again. Oh boy. Here we go. Michael's got a bigger bicycle this time. Oh, buggies and dolls and...
My goodness.
The years go by, the presents get more plentiful.
Yeah. Oh, we got
Stockings
two
even-
buggies.
Stockings even
Oh,
got
there,
bigger.
there's the bigger stockings.
And the Christmas trees Beth Ann and Peggy
Yeah.
made in Girl Scouts that year. Had
Yeah.
balls on it.
All the stockings had their names on them. They were all matching. Harder to fill because they were bigger. I
What a
remember
lovely outfit.
one year they got doll cribs and another year they got doll buggies and they had everything. All the Fisher Price toys that they had. You could fill a ship with them.
Hey, Rosemary seemed like she was such a big help all the time, didn't she? She always running to one kid or to the next kid.
Rosemary was second mama. I think this was the year we raided the Fisher Price store.
Yeah, that beautiful red buggy. Oh, I remember that.
I do. And the, see the little blue one?
I remember
It's a
the
big
blue
trunk
one, I
back
just
there,
don't remember
too.
the red
I remember the red one, yeah. Remember the year they had the cribs, and there was another year they had big bicycles.
Yeah, Jimmy just woke up. Here he comes. He's away from the stocking to see what's in it.
Eileen must have lost her pajamas that year.
She didn't have time to put them
What
on.
a thin child.
She got a cash register. She's all excited.
See, that's the year they got one. I remember
Oh,
we had
Mikey.
one of those.
Mikey got another tricycle.
One with a horn on it.
One with a horn on it this time.
Oh, that's the year Daddy got his black suitcase.
I was gonna say, I thought I saw a trunk or something.
Some of those ornaments on the tree was still got on the trees. In fact, all of them.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Peggy got blue pajamas and I got the pink ones.
Yeah. Nightgowns.
I think the same year we got our clowns.
Slippers.
Fuzzy slippers.
Oh, those are
Oh, those
great.
orange
I
pants.
remember those.
They're Peggy's, yeah.
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, with their orange and yellow pants.
What year was
Teresa
this?
got a baby doll.
What year is this?
I'd like to have a nickel for every doll I
71,
bought.
think. 70 or 71.
Well, Michael was only one, so he was
71.
born 70, so probably one, yeah.
71. Christmas is 71.
It was Eileen's new pajamas.
It's over, I think she... Rosemary's all dressed and passing out gifts to everybody.
Gee,
She's
whiz.
the only one that could read. The else was too look.
Michael got bow and arrow, watch
Is
out.
that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful bathroom.
Peggy got a bathroom.
I like your haircut like that, Pat.
Wait, Jimmy
Guitar.
doesn't know what he got. All he knows is there's a lot of paper on it.
What is this? Hey, that's the same buggy Megan and Allison had. Huh? The guitar.
Oh, Jimmy got a guitar. There's the guitar.
Rosemary's gonna start playing away.
Remember Jimmy took some lessons?
Uh-oh, an airplane.
There's
Terry.
Oh my gosh. I thought it was Caroline.
Terry the
for a minute.
Terror.
Terry, look at his eyes.
He's got huge eyes.
Big
Oh
eyes.
my gosh.
He had humongous
Those are
eyes.
huge.
That was
It's a guy
Terry.
bros too.
Little pretty baby.
Look at him.
He still looks the same.
Like a deer.
Yeah, it looks the same.
Oh, remember that horse?
Here's the purple furniture.
Yeah. Purple and blue.
Mrs. Shayla, or is it?
Yeah.
That lasts a long time though.
Oh, look at Terry. Look at Doug. He was born in July the 23rd. This was his first Christmas, 1971.
Eating everything.
You want to eat the horse then? He still wants to eat the horse.
Look at Rosemary. I never realized how much of a help she was till I see these. Oh, I'd love it so much.
Michael's trying to do the kid in.
Kildare.
Look at Terry in the new buggy. Everybody put Terry, my 10
How old
pounder.
was Terry there?
Oh, it's just about 6
July,
months.
August.
Oh, but damn,
5
remember those pajamas?
Yeah.
He was 5 months. He was
I
5
changed my
months.
red and white polka dot ones and put those on. And I was getting teeth that Christmas. Poor baby.
There's your pajamas.
There you go.
Now everybody got their pajamas
You
on.
hang all the candy canes up high, so
Who took Caroline? God's got her?
Look it, we even got new pajamas on the baby, on the floor. There's Terry.
That big red.
Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael.
Trouble.
Dennis the Menace, Trouble Incorporated.
This is 14106 Maple Ridge again. This is Christmas 1972. There's Rosemary. Have our same Christmas tree up again. All the lovely decorations. All the kids in their new pajamas. Yeah, Mikey's 3.5 years old. And Terry's, there's Terry in there, stuck in there somewhere. There he is. There's Mikey, got his big Bersheen.
Christmas colors everywhere.
Everybody's wearing red. There's Michael opening another present. He has a truck here, a yellow and green truck. TC's opening a package over there. There's Eileen in front. Rosie looks like she's tired. Terry got a duck. Oh, there's another telephone. There's Mammy with the red Santa Clauses. Terry got one and Michael got one. With big red candy canes.
Oh. Knocked himself down.
There's all the girls in their red sleepers. All the same, there's Rosie, her long hair.
They look like choir girls.
Yeah. There's Jimmy eating candy. Like he got a slinky. There's Teresa with another beautiful doll. They're still opening presents. There's Eileen with one more. But Zoom didn't work that good on that. This will be over in about 5 minutes. See, everybody's dressed in red. There's some more pop beads. Terry, he's eating up on something.
He's been eating candy since this started. He's blonde too.
Yeah, they were all blonde when they were little. They get dark. Even Jimmy was Jimmy was a golden blonde when he was small.
Did you make those ladies?
No, we bought those. They had red pajamas almost every year. Michael loved his big truck.
His big Bersheen.
His big Bersheen. Just like Daddy had down on the job.
That is
Oh, they got tea sets.
Tea
Indoor
sets.
dolls.
Eileen got a blonde-headed doll. Jimmy got a fuel stick.
Pool sticks, to go with this Daddy's new pool table. That was the year we bought the pool table,
No,
too.
that was Christmas '72. We bought it in October, November. We bought that big pool table in November, I think.
Yeah.
Did you have that in the basement over there?
Yeah. Yeah, we bought it new and had it put in the basement. And,
We still have it.
should have fired a photographer.
Yeah, the focus. Never got the focus real great, did we? Ah, but the memories are there. Ah, Terry's walking now.
Cat in the Hat guitar.
Mikey got one of them wind-up guitars. There's Eileen got a chocolate Santa. Huh? There's Eileen on the telephone again.
It was your first Christmas in the program, Dad.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
The big blow-up Santa Claus. They look nice. The tree is beautiful as ever. There's Terry in long distance. He must be calling Pam. There he goes again.
Big telephone.
This is a pep rally.
There's a pep rally at Assumption Girl School in Detroit, in the old neighborhood. Here's all the grown-up cheerleaders. There's Mrs. Kirshner. Susie Bartow. There's a big pom-pom routine. This is 1973, Grotto. There's Rosie. Yeah, these girls went on to win city champs, and they were in regionals and states. They did pretty good. This is a Pepperelli. It started a basketball season. Oh, what's going on? There's the heavy hitters. This was Assumption Grotto in 1973. Assumption Grotto Church First Communion, Eileen's First Communion at Assumption Grotto in 1973. Well, it looks like they had a beautiful day. It looks like the sun's shining. There's Rosemary, Teresa, Eileen, there's Grandpa Boyle and Aunt Mary. This is in the gymnasium after the First Communion in church. There's Beth Ann and Eileen. There's Tommy Bartle. There's Quiet Tommy. Here's Mom and Rosemary and Peggy. Mom was just talking to the Angelusis. There's Mikey with his tricycle. Oh, that's Terry. That's Terry. There he goes. There's our 1970 Mercury Marquis station wagon. I bought that from Uncle Frank. There's a 390 engine on it.